Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Patriettes podcast. We are Season 2, Episode 46. We live stream right here from the America First Warehouse every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. live. We're happy to have you back with us.
We're happy to have you back with us.
That's what I was thinking.
Thank you. I had a great time being away with my kids and my grandkids and celebrating birthdays and things. But it is so good to be back. I always miss being with my girls.
I know. We missed you. We missed
doing
you.
this, but you will notice that we have a guest with us. He's a familiar face.
Yes.
Bobby Vincench is from Free Minds Thrive. Vincench. I cannot do it. Vincench. Bobby Vincench. Think of Vincenzo.
I do every time when you say it.
Anyway,
like
from Free Minds Thrive. Bobby, you've been with us before. We're so happy you decided to come back.
A good buddy.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Yeah. Well,
You guys like my skin? It's beef tallow, made by the one and only
Manuka honey and beef
it's
tallow.
So good. Everyone's like, I like your skin. Your skin looks good. I'm like, it's beef tallow.
It's aging in reverse now.
I'll take it.
Do you know, I was at a doctor that we both go to, and they were talking. I was at the counter, and they were talking about like lip balms, and I said, "Have you guys ever heard of beef tallow?" And they're like, "Yeah, you know what? Somebody told me about that." And I said, "You know Teresa, right?" And they go, "Yeah." And she goes, "You know what? I think it may have been her."
They probably said my skin looks good, and I tell everybody that now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I'm a little bit obsessed with it, actually.
You got to give you your own link.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'm going to try to be, I tell everybody about it. It's amazing. But that's not the only thing you do.
No.
Life coach, healthy ways, all sorts of good stuff. Oh, are we off? That's our fault. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry. We want to hear you.
It's life, guys.
There you go.
Roll with it.
There's Bobby.
Now we're back.
Hi,
Hello.
Bobby.
Hello again.
It's official now.
Yeah.
So, aside from the incredible products that you make with Free Minds Thrive, I mean, that's like an after. That came after some of the other stuff that you've been doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When I left my career and decided, what am I going to do with my life? Do I want to spruce up the resume, go back into marketing and advertising and all that kind of stuff, or do I want to do something new? I thought about all the people in my life that, quite frankly, made a lot of mistakes, bad choices, things they regretted later, but things they had full control over in the moment. And I said, there's got to be a way to make a living just helping people to be a little more in control of the things they do. And what's interesting about it is I started with adults, just helping adults kind of get their minds straight. We all have our things, so if I can help you work through your thoughts, great. So that's where the life coach came in. However, what I found very quickly was a lot of adults were like, oh, my kid could really use this. And that's when the new avenue started developing, which was helping teenagers.
Love that.
That's such a great idea. Yeah,
I love it. I love it. I just spend time with these kids who aren't quite where we are yet. Mm-hmm. They haven't made those mistakes yet. They're still trying to figure things out. They're on the cusp of adulthood. Mm-hmm. And so we started building out an education program. And that's kind of what led us here. And now here we are. And then, health products. And when you're are any of you guys entrepreneurs outside of podcasting? Okay, you tend to become a serial entrepreneur. It's kind of hard to stop. It's addictive. New ideas keep popping up. Of course, you have to control which ones you run with because you can't do everything. But still, you're always like, ooh, this, ooh, that. And,
Somebody needs to do.
I want to do that. I want to come up with something.
It's
I just
fun.
haven't figured it out yet.
But it gives you you have the free, like that beautiful part of that is as much of the hard work as it is, and a lot of the burden and responsibility. It's also the freedom of being able to do what you want.
Right.
And take the risk and the chance, and it's a beautiful thing.
Is.
And I loved how supportive your wife was when you came with this idea, and she's partnered with you to be the strong woman behind the man, which is great.
Without her saying take a chance and don't make money for a little while, it never would have worked.
We love her. Let's say hi
At
if
the
she's
beginning
watching.
with the business, it's tough. But
Well, I do want to say, I think that you should be. I'm just going to put my 2 cents, my entrepreneurial 2 cents.
Come on.
I think your services are needed in the homeschool community. I think it would, if you haven't done that yet, it would be a great place to connect in
we have a bunch.
for the co-ops and things like that. Because what a beautiful thing to offer young folks.
Yes.
And maybe help steer them away because they don't always listen to their parents, do they?
Yeah,
They
that's
start to
right.
turn a blind ear or a deaf ear, but. Anyway, in that vein, talking about where we are today in education, technology, and all of our institutions, we wanted to talk with you today and get some of your perspective on something that's looming and very present, a very present danger, I think, AI.
I have a love-hate for that.
Yeah.
All right, let me turn it around real quick. Before I put my 2 cents in, let's get a baseline for what you guys think. What's your current position on AI?
I haven't.
How do you use it?
I've
What do you think of it?
used it in a very limited way. I started noticing it when when I'm Googling stuff and I start to see, you could ask more, you could do more. I haven't really gotten deep into it yet because I'm a little bit nervous about what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing and how much does it really know and how much does it, how much can it actually do?
Yeah.
And does it have the ability to really learn and take over for itself? I mean, it
Well, the
makes
more
you
you
wonder
use it,
about
you'll
that.
see that it does.
That's
You
scary
see
to
that
me.
it's terrifying.
It's scary. It's very scary to me.
You weigh in first because I have very mixed feelings
I'll
about
quickly just say I use it compared to many people who know how to wield it in all its glory and terror.
That would be James back there.
I use it in
knows how to do that.
I use it in very limited capacity to make
Yeah.
basic things easier and quicker. But I think it's a friend and a foe.
It
I think
is.
it is like anything else. It has to be wielded so it doesn't wield us.
So here's the thing with that. All of us here, I would think, right? How many of us were in school, in elementary school, going through the library index, right? We had to learn things in an antiquated manner. We went through Yellow Pages. We went through the library index.
read
We had to
books.
write essays and really read books and write script and cry writing your name 1,000 times. So we went through all that already.
Yeah.
So when I use it now as a matter of convenience, I don't think I'm dumbing myself down, me personally.
Right.
I'm terrified for the kids of the next generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they didn't learn those skills yet, and that absolutely terrifies me for them because I think we're going to have the dumbest generation of kids out there if they're only going to use AI for their life.
Yeah, they're not thinking. They're not using their own critical
They need to have
thinking
critical
skills.
thinking.
Yeah.
We already have critical
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
skills.
All
but
right, Bobby.
Go ahead. Let's hear. Yes, I really want to hear.
We're on the same team. I mean, we all pretty much are, is taking a cautious approach. But a lot of adults are jumping right in because, look, we live in a world where everybody wants the quick answer because there's so much to do. We're expected to do so much. Produce. So we run to AI. We run to pharmaceutical, pills and drugs. We run to, before AI, it was run to Google. It was your quickest
Guilty.
way to get things before. But now it's a little bit different, right? Because as you pointed out, we had the foundation. We had a whole
Yeah.
childhood of having to figure out how to think for ourselves. Who am I? Why do I think the way I think?
We
What's
drank
my
from a damn
style?
hose.
We drank.
Seriously, I played in dirt.
We had to figure it out.
Yeah.
So we developed something that these new generations of kids will be the first generations in all of human
I
history
hate it.
that will not know how to think for themselves, how to come up with their own conclusions, how to do the work to find the right answer. Not just an answer, because that's the problem, right? It's like, it's not just a matter of getting an answer and throwing it out. It's getting the right answer, whether that's a subjective thing or objective, doesn't matter. It's getting the right answer. The other thing is authenticity. Every one of us has a voice. If I know you, any of you well enough, and I see you speaking, and then I see you writing, your writing reflects you. Now, everybody who uses AI, I would say that's a blanket statement. It's damn near close to everybody. Nearly everybody who uses AI, I can tell right away you used AI.
From the words,
Just the way it
and the
speaks.
dashes. I know that
Even
too.
if you try to prompt it to speak in a unique kind of way, you can still tell that there's a structure. There's a
Yes.
formula to
Right.
the way AI speaks. So it is you fused with AI, but more AI. Because many people wanting to move to the next thing and be now you're a superhuman. It's like, I could be ultra productive. I could make a million more things than I could have before. Yes, it took time before, but at least what you put out, you were proud of. It was you. It
Right.
reflected you. It sounded like you.
Yeah. It
Now
had your
the
voice.
internet
Your
is,
own accountability.
you
and
guys
effort.
know over half the internet now is estimated to be AI generated content. Over half. Can you guys tell me what you think that means when somebody goes to do research on anything anymore?
I'm thinking about that, like college papers, high school papers,
Well-
things that kids have to do to put in the research for.
Or even,
we would
even
just-
us trying to get to the bottom or the truth.
Right.
Well, we've had it in the group chat.
Right.
I mean, Lisa talked about this on the morning show a few weeks ago. She had to talk it to it 3 times. It told her the wrong information. She was like, "That's incorrect," and then it apologized to her. And it's like, but there was a real estate agent that Ernie and I were talking to a few days ago, and she said there is a program So I didn't know this years ago. I guess there was a program that teachers could see if you plagiarized, like
Yes.
you ran it
Yes.
through a
Yes.
scanner.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Now there's one that they could tell it's AI. I could tell right away because I learned early on that when it does a lot of dashes and the dash is very prominent, you know when it's an AI dash. When I do use AI, I go in and edit all those things, and I do change it to a little bit more my wording. I do use it now because I do a million different things. But at the same time, I don't encourage it for like younger,
So
younger kids.
So I think, a reasonable question is, how do we safety or secure ourselves from
Right.
becoming victims, really, of
Right.
AI and for ourselves and the next generation?
And you have 50
it's-
seconds.
I know we have a few seconds and very pointed, important questions.
Well, I would love to. I mean, this conversation can go for 5 hours, right? We could have a whole round robin.
We should.
But
We will.
I think the first thing is making a conscious choice, choosing to stay human. Meaning, I'm going to make most of my own stuff.
Right.
It's going to take longer, but it's going to sound like me. It's going to take longer, but I'm going to be proud of what I wrote. It's going to take longer, but I'm going to be sure it's right. Because I can give you guys, we won't do it now, but I can give you numerous examples from the simplest things to the complicated things where AI got it totally wrong. Now, for people who start relying on it and treating it like a god, like an expert, they're going to be basically copying and pasting wrong information, spreading it
Right.
with the world, and doing more damage. And that compounds itself. So,
We'll
we'll
go back to this at
see.
the end, right?
Yeah.
But it starts there.
Hopefully we'll get back to this before the show is over, but
Yeah.
stay with us. We'll be right back.
Have you noticed your money just doesn't stretch like it used to? Your paycheck feels lighter, and your savings aren't growing. The culprits? Inflation and increased money supply. They've both been quietly eating away at your purchasing power for years. Today, the dollar's value has dropped significantly. You feel it every time you spend money on goods and services. Back in 1965, $1 or an ounce of silver could buy you a gallon of milk. Fast forward to today. That same dollar barely buys a couple of coffee creamers, while an ounce of silver would get you 8 gallons of milk. Gold and silver have held their value for centuries. If you had 2,500 ounces of silver back in 1965, you could buy a brand new Ford Mustang. Today, 2,500 ounces of silver would buy you 2 Mustangs. Similarly, in the year 2000, 628 ounces of gold would buy a new $170,000 home. Today, 628 ounces would buy you a $2,500,000 home. The problem? 95% of Americans don't own physical gold or silver. They think it's too complicated and too expensive, but it doesn't have to be. We offer a membership program that allows you to buy gold or silver with as little as $1. You can buy fractional amounts, safely vault them, or have them delivered to your doorstep, and you can liquidate them whenever you want at the highest buyback price in the industry. Ready to protect your wealth and keep your purchasing power? Scan the QR code or go to tafw.soundmoney.com to learn more.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the America First Podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome to Right for America. Issues that unite, don't ignite.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to the Patriettes podcast. Good evening, everyone. We live stream every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. right here from the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in all the land.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Welcome to Liberty's Cage, the podcast tearing down the walls of America's broken justice system.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast. We just took a break, and we'll be coming back at the end of the show to talk a little bit more, touch a little bit more on the AI conversation. But we do have some other really amazing guests with us. Are they here on Zoom? We have Dana and Lauren Cavalier. They're expected on any minute. So maybe what we'll do, since they're not quite on Zoom yet, we can continue the conversation a little bit on the AI.
I always get nervous that that I mess something up. I'm going to continue. I'm going to make sure I didn't mess anything up here.
Okay. So we were really just saying, like, how do we protect ourselves and humanity from AI while still using it for the good that it can give? Because there is benefit to it, right? So
there is. Yeah.
we'd love to hear a little bit of your thoughts on that.
My personal opinion is, for children, they shouldn't be anywhere near it. You can start teaching them about it, but you got to let them build out their own critical thinking, their own independent mind. You got to let them work out how to speak like themselves. And we don't need averaged out, copy-paste, cookie-cutter kids running around.
Yeah.
It's bad enough that many kids conform due to pressure of wanting to be like everyone else, fit in and all that. The last thing we need is then none of them speaking and speaking to each other through a machine. The machine is just speaking to itself, bouncing around between people. That's crazy.
It's bad enough they sit in a car next to each other and they're texting each other.
Right, exactly.
You know, they're not even talking.
Well, now you've got people literally texting their significant others, their bosses, and everyone else with AI messages.
Oh,
Here's
that's
what my
crazy.
boss said. What should I say back? Copy paste. Here's what my boyfriend said. Analyze it and give me a great message.
Oh,
Copy
my
paste.
God.
That's
You look on the
insane.
internet, there's all sorts of stories about this, how people are doing this, and it's crazy. So, but what can you do if you're an adult? Because I would say, you know, at some point, you're going to have AI in your face. First of all, I think is to remember it's one of many tools. You can't get so absorbed in it because it's so quick and impressive that you're like, I'm just going to use it for everything.
Right.
You still have to balance out. I'm going to do research by listening to some experts on YouTube. I'm going to read a book about it. I'm going to go search on Google. I'm going to talk to friends and family. I'm going to call an expert. If I have an electrical problem in my house, I'm not just going to go based on what AI says. I'll watch some YouTube videos. I'll read the comments. I'll call an electrician. Hey, buddy, what do you think I should do? Then I'll make the final decision. Everything should start and end with you with AI. Everything should start and end with you, and you should remember it's one of many tools, right? And so my second tip is, you start it, you finish it. You create the idea, you write it all out, you do as much of the work as you can up front. Then you tap into AI as a middleman for some brainstorming or to wrap up some loose ends. You can clean it up.
That's what I do.
But then you finish it. I shouldn't be able to tell you used AI in the end.
Right.
When you post it, I should never have known AI was involved. When I tell you that not only can I see it, but I'm sure you guys can recognize it. You're looking on the internet, you can see the way a post is laid out or explained. You can see the videos, and you can, like, something's a little bit off about this.
I see it explaining. I see it explaining emails. Like it summarizes emails, and I'm like, oh my
But it gets it wrong.
Yeah.
So I teach some classes on OutSchool right now. We're going to be launching our own teen program directly in February. And on the OutSchool platform, every time I'm done with a class, Zoom summarizes the conversation. When I tell you how wrong it gets what we talked about, it's embarrassing.
Wow.
Now, you could say, well, it'll get better. Okay, but it's not better now. So why is everyone all dug in on it?
That's right.
I read it, and I have to highlight, delete, rewrite.
The same reason
It gets
people
it
love
so wrong.
microwaves. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. Quick and easy.
Destroys your food.
Right, but it destroys the food. It's the same concept. We're like this fast food, fast, easy, easy, easy.
Right.
And look what
Culture.
it does. Yeah.
Yeah, and
look
it's
at the garbage in it.
It's destructive.
It's garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage in, garbage out. Well, you said something before about how, can it think for itself? It's a language learning model. If you just look into it, take a couple of minutes, 15, 20 minutes, research language learning models, how they work. They're advanced, but it's not thinking for itself. It is looking for patterns in the data it's been trained on that's human data. And then over time, through the generations of it being trained, actually it gets trained more and more on its own data. So it actually gets dumber and dumber over time. So
Oh, that's
they have
interesting.
Yeah.
So think about this for a second. Think about a photocopier. You take the original picture, you photocopy it. The second one looks a little off. Colors aren't right, details are off, contrast is off. Run it through again. Run it through again, run it through again. Every time you do it, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Well, if AI creates over half the content on the internet, and then they use all that content, not knowing which one was created by people or AI, and then they feed it back into AI, and then AI gets trained on that, and then feed it back, it's now teaching
it's
itself
diluted.
with averaged out, diluted information. It actually gets dumber and dumber. And I say dumber and dumber, it's not quite literally dumb, but it actually gets less impressive information, less complicated, advanced ways of speaking and talking about things. It starts missing certain points of views because it cuts off the extremes in viewpoints. So if you want to talk about vaccines to AI, it's already, just how it's trained, cutting off a lot of the endpoints of what people think,
Wow, that's
averaging it out.
interesting.
And then as it does that more and more and compounds it, it gets harder and harder now for it to even know that there are other points of view. So they got to go in and they have to basically intercept it and retrain it all the time. So it's not perfect. It constantly requires human intervention to make it, to keep the models right. And it needs us, because the less content we make as people, the worse it gets, because it understands us less. It only understands its own made-up interpretations of what humans do more and more, which makes it delusional over time.
That's interesting.
That's scary.
It's creepy.
Well, it's scary when you think about the fact that, you know, automation of major systems is happening, right? So like computers are in charge of grids and, you know, and all kinds of industrialized infrastructures. Yes. So what does that mean for, you know, the future there if they dumb down over time?
Right.
I have a friend who said, you know, we're going to use it and we're going to feed it what we want it to know. You have to just keep feeding it the other things. And I'm like,
Doesn't work like that.
yeah, I don't know.
People seem to think it works like that. You're not. This is the thing that gets me about these prompt engineers and these AI experts, and I get it. We're all trying to figure it out, all right? So this is not a criticism, but we all got to be honest with each other, or this conversation is going to lead us to a world we don't want. Like, are we happy with this world, guys? You happy with the way it's going? How do we all feel about it? Everybody out there, you happy with the way it's going? Is this the future you wanted? The future where humans are not involved at all, machines just do everything? So the problem is we're at the beginning of that process. What are we going to do about it? It's like when you have a program that you tell it exactly what to do, if this, then that, if this, then that, that's one thing. Because it's humans still in charge of everything. But when you have something like AI that tries to interpret a lot, it's not actually creative, it's not actually thinking, but it does have a lot of open room for interpreting things. And humans have to stay involved. And that's why it's such a big industry. You see how much money they're spending in this area?
And the amount of energy that it requires.
Energy.
Yeah.
The energy from the world.
Farms being bought to put solar panels down to feed these data centers.
But then we'll eat, you know, lab-grown meat, 3D printed meat. We'll eat a cow. They put off too much methane. But anyway, I digress. So the thing I was thinking about before was recursive self-improvement, which is the terminology for when AI starts training itself without human intervention. It starts learning from... They say it hasn't actually happened yet, but it's a concern that it will. And then where is it going from there? Because that's without human input and interaction or oversight.
It doesn't train itself forever. Like take a chatbot, for instance, or an image generator. It doesn't train itself forever and ever and ever, and people are like, oh my God, what's happening? They're constantly going in and kind of pausing that version, retraining, putting it back out. But every time they retrain, one of the ways they try to get it to stay sane and put out quality content is they have to retrain it with human stuff again. So some of these companies, even XAI, if you use Grok and you ask it about this very question we're talking about, it tells you that XAI, the company behind Grok, is actively collecting human books, human resources, human information in order to create a foundation, like a heart and soul for AI to not get too crazy. Meaning, always hook back to the human stuff. Don't get so crazy in your own warped AI mind that you start creating delusions and get lost in your own.
It's like a movie.
Can you believe what are we doing?
I know.
It's
like,
why are we bothering?
For what? To produce more? Have your essay written without doing any work?
Yeah.
Write a quick social media post? My question is it worth it? That's all. That's all. Is it worth it? Is this the world you want? And if it's not, don't buy into this idea that, oh, but it's going to happen anyway. The future hasn't happened yet. What are you talking about? What's going to happen is what we're going to let happen.
That's right.
Oh, but they're pushing it. If they want to push it, it's going to happen. Well, first of all, that's a terrifyingly awful way to think. Just to think that, oh, so if they do it, we got to deal with it. So then what's the point of trying to do anything?
Right.
If I want a different world, if you guys want a different world, we have to make choices. We have to do what we think is right. And if we think AI is leading to a world that we quite frankly don't want, do you want to be judged by an AI police officer someday?
No.
Or a human police officer? Now, humans make mistakes, but humans have a soul.
Yes,
All right?
that's right.
And AI
That's right.
gets screwy, misjudges the situation, and humans do it too. But I'm going to take my chances with the
That's
human.
frightening.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
Yeah,
to
it's
think
very
of.
frightening.
Well, I think great examples right now that we can all. I can't imagine anyone that can identify with this or has not experienced this. Is you try to get through to a customer service agent for some issue or problem you're having, and it's constantly automated,
Yeah.
and it's so hard to get to a person,
stand it.
and they can't solve your problem. You need a person. And then when you do eventually get to a person,
They don't
they're
speak
reading
English.
some AI.
A script.
Well, they might not be speaking
Sorry.
English, most likely, or they're reading some AI-generated script.
They are. It's like
and
robotic.
they have nothing that they can do beyond what the robot could have done, but they're at least a voice. It's so frustrating. We need people to be managing and running and caring. Nothing will ever take the place of a human being. Nothing. And to me, this feels like a sort of a Tower of Babel, like this great tower of to worship, of knowledge and ease for all, and it's destroying us. It's got.
Can you see a day where they will? I mean, let's think ahead, right? This isn't being crazy, guys. Those of you out there going, they're just afraid. I'm a tech guy my whole life. I'm not afraid of anything.
Yeah.
I'm evaluating. I'm looking around the bend. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think someday they will try to convince people that AI is God?
Yes.
It
Oh,
knows
Lord.
so
Yes.
much.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Who's the God? The engineers behind
Oh,
the
ew,
AI?
that
The
is
company behind the AI?
Terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The people
That's
directing
where it leads inevitably.
Yes.
And anyone who can't see that, quite frankly, shouldn't be listened to or taken
Yeah.
seriously.
Well-
I know there's people on the other end of the camera going, he just doesn't understand. Let's talk about it for 5 hours. In the end, though,
we gotta
if
go to
you don't
commercial.
get where this is going,
We got to get to
you're not
commercial.
paying
Sorry,
attention.
Bobby. Yeah, you're 100% right, but we'll be right back. Stay with us. We'll have some more guests.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our Patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America, from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for the sea, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free in the America
Can we have house?
Oh, we need house sound.
Yeah, welcome back to the Patriots podcast. We have a wonderful, beautiful guest, our second time having her on, Natasha Owens. Welcome back with us, Natasha.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I hear a new song playing.
Yeah, what are we hearing, Natasha?
Well, it's called Climate Change is Real. We had to repackage it and reintroduce it because the climate people, pro-climate, were thanking me, and our side was wondering what the heck I was doing. It's calling out the billionaires who are on this climate journey, and they're so hypocritical. They want to zip around in their jets, but all the while making us suck out of paper straws. So we thought we would put a spotlight to this topic and did a song called Climate Change is Real Stupid.
I love that. Hey guys, while Natasha's talking, can you just put her two assets up while she's chatting with us? I want people to see her website and her new song link.
Yeah, well, I love the rebranding of the song. It's such a
That's
fun
the
play
song
on the words. But for those who don't know, Natasha is a singer-songwriter. She came on the Christian music scene in about 2013, and she really hit the scene heavy when she wrote the song Trump Won, and it received over 100 million social media views.
Such a great song.
Oh, so fun.
Such a great song.
It is. We've all enjoyed dancing around to
Oh my God, my kids and I know, we were all singing it for a while, for a long time. It was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So Natasha, tell us how you get inspired to pick your songs and, what your process is in the songwriting journey.
Well, the Democrats give us so much material that I feel like I'm
Touche.
ADD. I go from one idea to the next. Our list just keeps growing. And sometimes we're halfway through an idea and we pivot something very quickly. I was in the Christian world and decided to do a pro-life song, got kicked out of contemporary Christian or boycotted for that. So we are hitting topics that need truth, right? That we need to speak truth. Controversial topics we're not allowed to talk about. Let me give you a song so that you can sing about it.
Love that.
And so the process has been very hard because for a Christian writer, we can write 5 Christian songs or worship songs in a day. But when it comes to these social topics, political topics, we want them to be very clever. And that takes forever, sometimes 6 months to write a song because one wrong word makes it very cheesy and it makes it a parody song. And we don't want that. Hopefully you can see in our songs that they're not cheesy. I think they're very clever.
I love them.
They are clever, including the names.
Oh my God, I love them.
Yeah, so much fun. So much fun. So since your newest release, how has that been met and what's been happening?
Well, we have to release our songs with press releases. We have no other help than that. And it got lost in the press for the first month or so. But Bill Gates came out a couple weeks ago and did a reversal in his position and saying, hey, guys, guess what? The world is not coming to an end. And when that happened, the media remembered my song, and it surged to #1 on Apple Music and iTunes.
Congratulations.
So we're going to have another award-winning song with this one. I wanted to put a spotlight because Americans don't realize how much of a threat that we are with this great reset and 2030 agenda that the UN, the World Economic Forum, and leaders around the world, including our own, are pushing. It is a tyrant's dream, this climate agenda, because it's the only thing that can really take away your movements and take away your freedom, take away your property, and tax you to death. And I think you're seeing, as President Trump got in, the world movement has really started putting it in high gear. And just start paying attention to it, because every American needs to know what a threat that we have between now and 2030, and we need to be fighting against it.
That's amazing.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
And I just want to say, we're in the same boat with you here at the warehouse, where you're, out there, you're making this great music, and you're not getting to the masses enough because they keep censoring us all. So we know what that's like, because we're facing that too, and it's frustrating. But I do want to say, really, from the bottom of my heart, I'm proud, whatever that's worth to you, that you keep forging ahead regardless of the the obstacles, regardless that they want to censor us and cancel us. And that, to me, is what a true patriot heart is. And I, as a freedom fighter myself, I love that you keep persevering. I love that we got to meet with you. We'll always highlight you here. In fact, I was talking to Stefano today, and there's a good
11.
chance we might be seeing Natasha in person very soon. We're trying to work out details, and we're so excited.
Oh,
so.
that's going to be when that happens. It's going to be great.
So I want the audience to know, look out very soon, because I think she's coming to the warehouse soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that. I cannot wait to get back up to Long Island to see you guys. And thank you so much for your words. You know, we get death threats, text suppression, witches casting spells. It is we feel like a fish swimming upstream a lot. But when we hear that means more than a normal compliment. It gives me just strength to keep going, and
That's
that we
amazing.
all are doing the right thing. I told my boys tried to get me not to go down this route, and I said, I can't look at you in the eye and my future generations in the eye and tell you that I didn't do everything that I could to help fight this and bring awareness to what we're fighting, exposing
Amen.
it. So thank you for being in the fight with us.
Oh, thank you. And we just all stay covered in the armor of God, right? And we keep forging ahead. He was, not that I'm not ever meaning that we're like him, but symbolically, the righteous people get persecuted. And that's how you know you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful to watch.
It is.
And it's tiring. It's not all,
It's not.
roses and rainbows. It's exhausting.
It is.
The fight can be
When you're
exhausting.
standing up for truth, we live in a world today that doesn't want to hear truth. It's hard for them to hear it,
That's right.
and then the people who are trying to hide it doesn't want us to talk about it. So it's not only a physical battle in the world that we live in, but it's a spiritual battle too, because this is a battle between good and evil, and the church needs to realize that and start standing up and pushing back against this satanic agenda.
Well, with that statement, I would just like to return to what you said a few minutes ago about how when you first came on the Christian music scene and you were doing great, and then you got shunned by the Christian music industry for having a pro-life song. And I don't know if you want to share any more about that. Was it the record label? Was it, just the industry in general? Because I think also Christians across the country and world should know what they're supporting and what they're not support, or maybe what they don't want to support. So can you tell us a little bit more about
that?
that?
It's the industry itself. Nashville is very progressive, more so in the Christian than the country genre, I think. When Spotify and all the streaming came in, the money went down to nothing. I mean, Apple Music, Spotify really rapes the songwriter, and it's an injustice. And so there wasn't a lot of money. They hired big execs from New York and from California and the secular markets to come in, and that's when everything changed in the Christian market. It became just like a pop and a rock world, and with the same type of agendas, sleeping your way to the top, all of that horrible stuff is in the Christian music, and the artists themselves are a product of their environment in Nashville. I live in Texas, thank God. We are a free country here compared to Nashville.
Love that.
And Christian artists aren't followed around by the paparazzi, so they can be something different on stage than what they really are in real life. And I began to see this the moment that I was on the road with some of these artists, not realizing how corrupt it was until I went against them. They did not like me doing a patriotic album. That's what this whole thing started with. But the radio is what is so contaminated. You've got some great people in radio, but the radio promoters themselves, the two main radio promoters in contemporary Christian, one has trans children, the other is a lesbian with a wife. And so they want to stop anything that is to Jesus, anything that's too conservative against how they believe. And so I started getting boycotted by radio. That was the beginning. And then promoters, I became too controversial because of that. And then artists saying, we love you, we support you, we can't have you on the road with us, we can't be associated with you because you're too controversial. So that's how it started. And I was so upset getting fired off of women's events. And my husband said, do you really want to stand up for a genre that doesn't stand up for life? And I said, you know what? You're right, because he'd been trying to get me to enter the political arena forever. And I said, no, they hate Trump in Nashville. But he spoke words of wisdom, and I said, yep, let's do it. And so that's how I turned. It took a stick of dynamite getting me out of my comfort zone to get me to be not afraid and determined. My husband was never afraid, but I was. I knew what was coming. And it's been the most rewarding thing I've ever done doing music, but it's been the hardest thing I've ever done too. So anyway, it's a different world for me. I never thought I would be creating music that would get me death threats, but that just tells me I'm singing about the right things.
It is.
That's right.
Well, and nothing worth having comes easy. That's how it works. So
We had to go through that, but we are glad you've persevered. And where's the best place for people to listen to you that you are most rewarded directly?
It's iTunes, actually. iTunes is still available, and we get the majority of the money of that as a songwriter. It's the streaming is where we get kind of skipped out of the whole thing. So you can physically buy my merch and music on NatashaOwensMusic.com, or you can physically buy it and download it from iTunes or Amazon Music or wherever. If you purchase it, then that's what helps us.
I'm
If you
gonna purchase
stream it,
them
it
tonight.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I want you to hear my music, and however you want to hear the music, hear it. If it's streaming that you love, go do it. Don't think twice about it. If it's you really have a heart to help artists like me, then that's in merch, that's in getting me booked and on the road, coming to a location, and that is buying the music itself.
I love that. Well, I think the guys, Control Me, you're going to play us out with her song? Yeah. Maybe the chorus? And if you can put up the Natasha Owens one again, I don't want to put up the other graphic because that was going to YouTube and we want iTunes, so I'm going to buy them tonight. I want to support you.
YouTube is the funny videos, but you can buy the video on iTunes, of course.
Well, I'm buying it on iTunes. I will do that. And we encourage our audience to do the same.
Yes, we do.
And the 12 minutes went fast.
It did.
Thank you
it
so
always
much.
does.
But we'll have you back again.
Yeah, thanks so much for being with us, Natasha.
We'll see you soon, our friend.
Thank you.
God bless you.
You've worked hard and saved, but inflation and increased money supply are eroding your buying power. Protect and grow your wealth with physical gold and silver. Sound Money. With a Sound Money wallet, your wealth stays in your control. Buy fractionally, vault securely, ship directly, and instantly liquidate your gold and silver at the highest buyback price in the industry. Real money, real ownership. Visit tafwsoundmoney.info or scan the QR code and start securing your financial future today.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
At the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
Corporate transfer. Fine, professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast, and we have with us Dana and Lauren Cavalia, from they're a husband and wife team from Freedom Farms right here in the state of New York, or pro-America direct-to-consumer meat company. We're so excited to have you folks with us. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, guys.
Welcome.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
Oh, sorry, we're jumping on a little late. It's my
That's
fault.
okay.
That's all right.
No worries.
It's always crazy up here. You never know what's gonna go on.
Hey, listen, we have a different kind of farm down here. You never know what's going to go on around here either, so it's all good.
The funny farm.
We're originally from Long Island, so we
Are
we know
you?
the drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What part?
I think Suffolk County.
So we grew up in the Port Jefferson, Mount Sinai area.
Okay.
Nice. So tell us, just give us a little bit quickly of your backstory, how you came to do what you're doing, live where you're living, doing a America First direct-to-consumer healthy meat company.
Yeah, well, we didn't plan this, certainly. I was a coach with the Yankees. Lauren was working in liberal news for ABC.
We're sorry, Lauren.
Liberal. I had to be quiet. Then.
Yeah, so we basically, we were actually living in Florida when everyone else migrated from New York down there, trying to avoid, COVID shots and everything in between. So, we had the summer off, and we ended up coming up to visit some family on Long Island, and then we saw this real estate opportunity when we just wanted to take a little trip upstate. And I took a look at this property, and we kind of fell in love with it. And we said, we'll just use it as a place to go in the summer to escape the Florida heat. And after walking the property for a little while, we said, all right, let's do it. And we ended up doing it. And then our first summer up here, we looked out and we said, what's a farm without any animals? So we didn't know anything about farming. We bought our first 13 cows on Craigslist because that's a place you can buy livestock. And then we
had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
Wait, did you have a barn? Did you have a barn at least?
Yeah, we have a barn. We have a big barn. So we were thinking, okay, well, maybe we'll throw weddings in here and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, now the barn, it's filled with...
But it's also like during COVID, and I thought it'd be good that, we could raise our own, food, have our place in the mountains away from everything. That would be a good thing. And because I worked in liberal news, and Dana and I were like, let's call it Freedom Farms, a place that we could feel free during
Love that.
That's so great.
end of COVID. And so I took over. I started the Instagram. He started the Facebook page, and I wanted a place where I could finally let my hair down and say how I really felt about what was going on in the country. And I didn't care. I was like, you know what? I had to bite my lip for so long. ABC News was great, but I had to, keep a lot of things to myself, which, that's not right. We have a voice too. We should be able to speak our minds.
Absolutely.
So, with Instagram, I'm like, I'm gonna go rogue. We're gonna say how we feel. If people like it, great. If they don't, that's okay too. But I was sick of always liberals were always so and it's their right. They're very passionate and vocal, but we have to be too. So that's how Freedom Farm started, and I think a lot of people, they feel comfortable buying from us. And every year we throw a big party called Freedom Fest where people from all over come and they spend a day with us on the farm. It's a big party.
When is that?
We couldn't go this year. It was going to be September 13th. If we had Bannon coming, and then Charlie Kirk died.
September.
Yeah.
We will be there next year. Lauren called the warehouse and invited us, and that's how this relationship started. Although I don't know if you guys realize, but Joe the Box here, they did buy a half a cow. His wife was telling me last year from you guys. I didn't realize that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so the owner of here ordered from you guys a whole half a cow or a whole cow or something.
Nice. Yeah, well, we appreciate it. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Again, it was one of these journeys that life kind of takes you on, and you just go with it. And before you know it, we started, the model was, we'll sell some, to some friends and family, and then people started asking, and then, once, how it is, once one Long Islander gets a bite of it, they want to tell everybody.
Bobby knows how that goes.
That's for sure. It spreads
So
fast.
that's how it spread, and now, we've sent orders to, Alaska, New Mexico, California, Colorado, all over the U.S. So it's a very organic story, and it's a very natural story, and it's pretty cool. There's nothing more American than beef, and there's nothing more American than land and livestock. So we're sort of old school land barons that are doing it in a new school way.
Homesteading upstate.
Love it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
tell us about the process there on your farm, how you're different than other farms maybe that grow cattle for slaughter, and how people can find you to order this yummy meat.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is we have a strong alignment with our customer. So, again, most of our customers, they come to us because they believe in the same mission that we do. It's a very American mission, and we're all on that mission together. So we know our customer base. They did not vote for Mondami. They didn't vote for Joe Biden or anyone else like that. And that's our customer. So, and then from there, we do have a local element. We do, have a very strong, family values that we lead with, old school values, old school customer service, and all that. So our differentiator is, we like to say that the taste profile is extremely different than what you would get at the store or get at your grocery store, and we send it right to your house. So we bring you the beef, we bring you the proteins, we also do pork, we also do chicken. We have a fire drill going on right now with Thanksgiving turkeys, and
awesome.
We just try to have a lot of fun while we do it.
And no mRNA vaccines, right?
We bring that Long Island hustle to upstate New York.
Yes.
Well, I always say New York has a special grit. I say that a lot, right?
right.
I think New
It's
Yorkers
true.
have a very special grit that no one else has.
That's for sure. It's a misunderstood group when they leave the state, and I even think even more so, like when Long Islanders leave the island, it's like my friend says it's the equivalent of when people came to like Ellis Island. It's that different.
Oh, wow. I can believe that. Because when I went to California to meet my sister-in-laws, and I love you if you're watching, I was like up ready to roar, and everyone's like, I'm like, what I do in a day takes them a week. And I was like, what are these people doing? Like, this time the clock is ticking. Like, where's it? I just can't believe it. I mean, I'll probably die faster than that of a heart problem, but it's wild. But it's really cool that you made the leap to come from, Long Island and go upstate. That is a big difference, for sure.
You're living our dream.
I'm the only one in town that uses hair gel, so it's,
and wears Italian shirts. I love that.
yeah, my full ED, Jersey Shore.
That's so cool.
So it's fun, just being able to bridge the gap, and also, you can't forget, agriculture is a very old school thing. So bringing a new school mentality and bringing some spice and some flair and some modern day marketing to it is a lot of fun.
We love that.
What's your website so people can follow and order for sure?
Actually, Control, you can bring that up, please, too.
It's wearefreedomfarms.com, and we ship nationwide. We ship nationwide now, so
That's awesome.
We'll
Yeah.
bring it right to your house.
But we still have a ton of customers.
Oh, that's
Long Island,
Bobby's.
Westchester, downstate as they say up here. That's the majority of our customers. So we're always driving whole cows, half cows, quarter cows, small boxes of meat. We're always driving
We
in.
also do tallow. I heard someone talking about tallow.
Bobby does.
Let's talk about it.
We do suet.
Yeah, so the suet is the fat that the tallow comes
Right,
from. So it's the raw. I'd say it's the raw material. You get to make your own. There's no odor to it. It's super clean. So you don't you could bottle it yourself.
I never thought I'd be putting beef on my face before, but it's all I use now. His stuff is incredible. It's all I use.
Yeah.
We'll definitely talk for sure. That's the good
Multi-use.
stuff.
I'll connect you guys.
Vaccines.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah, keep it clean, right?
That's it, man. Let's talk for sure. I checked out your social media before the show today, and I saw you guys have a lot of fun over there doing the Thriller dance.
Yeah.
Is that
her?
Me, I'm a dork.
That's awesome.
We've gotten a lot of heat recently from a lot of liberals, right, Dana?
Yeah, and we take a lot of hits every week. You learn when you stand for something that's different than other people. regardless of what it is. You can take a beating. So we embrace it. But every week, whether it's the vegans or the liberals, or the socialists, whatever it is, we're taking a hit every week from them. But again, forming a business that's a community based. I call it the mission, the mission of meat that we're on. We have a great group of people that rally together and sort of defend our land, as you would say.
Well, we're thrilled, and we're going to be ordering from you, and we hope all of our listeners will be ordering from you too. We can't wait to get to that Freedom Fest next summer. We're going to go to commercial break in a minute. We're wrapping up the show, but thank you so much for being with us, and we're really excited that you're doing what you're doing right in our own backyard.
We are. Thank you, guys. We have you on our partner page. We'll have you back on again for sure.
Cool.
Awesome stuff, guys.
Thank you, guys. God bless.
God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
exciting,
Thank you.
right?
It is. I know. I can't wait to go up there.
Can't wait to eat their meat.
Yes. It looks incredible.
Bobby, you're going to get their
I
tallow.
saw the prime rib special. I was like, I need to have that.
I saw on the website there you can schedule a free visit to hang out with these guys, but you got to schedule it. You can't just.
We're scheduling. We're coming.
We're
We don't have to wait for Freedom Fest.
We're coming.
Yeah. So, T,
All right.
you have any announcements?
I do. I'm going to go off memory right now. So, fellas, if you're listening to me up there, what am I going to do first? Tomorrow night we have Greg Hack. We have the Greg Hack graphic. Greg Hack, my good friend. You saw him on here a few weeks ago. Veteran, one of the top attorneys in the country, running for Congressional District 3 in my district. I am so excited. You can come tomorrow night, meet him. Hear what he's got to say, have a bite to eat. Also on December 6th, we have the art exhibit with Scott Lebedo and a bunch of wonderful artists, David Benangas, Chelsea Carroll, Nelson Medina, who am I forgetting? Elaine Thompson, and Kate Gansey. I think that's everyone, I hope. There's a flyer. The next day, we have the holiday shopping extravaganza. We are almost sold out. We have like one table left. So this whole entire room and the front is booked. Now we need the shoppers. So please, please, please screenshot this flyer, post it, share it, plan to come down and shop. Bobby will be here with his table. There'll be a lot of great stuff here. And I think that's all I put in there for today. Oh, and Kevin Downey Jr., thank you guys.
Always.
KDJ, my man. His radio show, 103.9, Monday through Friday. He's awesome. He's here on Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock. In fact, Greg Hack will be on his show before he has his event tomorrow night, so tune in for that. And that's it from me.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but we are going to pray anyway.
We have to pray anyway.
We always do. Oh, Heavenly Father, we thank you for another week and the many opportunities you give us to serve you and your people. We thank you for our guests tonight. We thank you for the work that they're doing out in the world and all around the country. We are seeking your will for our lives, and we thank you when people answer their call. Please guide and guard them. As many have been aware that we have been living in a world that is very different than the one we once believed it to be, we ask that you show us the way and continue to illuminate a path for us that you intend for us and our families. Forgive us for having fallen asleep for so long. Help us to return to our roots and raise those who seek to honor our natural bodies, minds, and spirits in all areas. We know that you are the only way and that you are a way maker, and we trust you with all our hearts. In your name we pray. Amen. And as always,
Keep your faith strong, your family close, and your freedom alive. And Control Me, if you could put up Bobby's graphic, Free Minds Thrive, as we roll out so people could see it.
Thanks for staying with us.
Thank you,
folks.
guys.
Good night, everybody.
God bless you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
So good to have you with us, Bobby.
Thanks.